Ebe ọma na-ege ntị, daalụkwa n'ọzọ. Anyị sị ụtụtụ ọma na ehihie ọma, mgbede ọma. Depend the time and the location iji na-ajọin anyị n'ife anyị na-eme n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị eje gbapụ ya ọsọ n'igosi na ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa. Ma dịka anyị na-aga sị ka Chukwu ụka bịa nọrọ niile n'ofu n'ofu. Ọ naghị kwuru na-akọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Ya bụ ozi na-eji n'ugbu a bụ nnukwu ozi ma achọ ka onye ọbụla bụ nwaafọ Igbo gee ntị ọfụma n'ihe nwoke anụwanyelu dịka ọpshọn nke ya gbasịta maka release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Gee ntị ọfụma. Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Listen to this man and what is his own option. Ife option nke ya bụ ife tọrọ m ụtọ nsị na asọmama nke ya na mmegosikwa ụmụ Chineke ka ha sorokwe m wee gee ya bụ ife. All right, over to you, sir.
Court processes. Neither can you resolve every matter by going to war. So, for me, I do not want to foreclose the possibility of Nnamdi Kanu giving up this struggle. In fact, I see a lot of positives in his most recent actions. You know, Nnamdi Kanu did a handwritten letter cancelling the sit-at-home exercise on Mondays and at any time for that matter. So I believe that there is an opportunity there for us to further seek a resolution of this matter through dialogue. For him to have gone to that extent, it shows that he too has seen that there's no sense in telling people to sit in their homes and beating up people for going to work on Mondays or 4 days. So perhaps this signals that Nnamdi Kanu could be available to make peace on this matter. And I remember that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his campaign said he was prepared to negotiate with aggrieved persons in the southeast. I want to believe that IPOB is an aggrieved body in the southeast, and since Asiwaju Tinubu promised during his campaign that he will be willing to dialogue with them, I think the president should put machinery in motion to put an end to Kanu's detention, because I believe a political solution is possible, and that is the point that Representative Obinna Agwocha from Abia State was making, that look, let us release this man. If he's released, we are sure that there will be peace in that region. I know that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a peace-loving person. He's a man who believes a lot in dialogue. A lot of people thought he simply wanted to go to war in Niger. And you can see his most recent comments suggest that he's actually the one holding back his colleagues, heads of government in ECOWAS, that look, let's pursue peace on this matter. And he actually told the Americans that that is what he's committed to. So I think the possibility of dialogue should not be foreclosed. Both sides should be ready to dialogue. And if Kanu will give up armed struggle and his commitment to balkanizing Nigeria, I'm sure that the federal government will be ready to make peace with him. It's not an impossibility. Nobody can get up in America today and say that he wants to break up America and expect that it won't be resisted. The American law does not permit any of the federating units to try to get out of the union, you are going to be resisted. So, and that's how it is with our country too. Kanu has to give the agitation up in exchange for lasting peace.
Do you see this Kanu renouncing what he has been agitating for?
I think it will happen. It has happened already the way it is. Because like BKO noted, he wrote a note. It wasn't typed, handwritten, saying the Monday sit at home should be called off. And then they turned it into Empowerment Monday. IPOB empowering people in order to get back to their businesses. It's a huge departure from where we are coming from, where he had been talking consistently about ensuring that the Southeast breaks away from Nigeria. So we are beginning to see some good vibes, to use the language of the Gen Zs in what is happening now. If he has made this much commitment, then I think it's not impossible to talk him out of this completely. Because where he is now, there's very little he can do in terms of any agitation, and then also his position is changing. Even the people in the Southeast are calling for a breather. With the amount of money that they lose weekly to the sit at home, or which they have lost to the sit at home, it has become very clear that the agitation cannot be sustained. It can't. Otherwise, you are just going to ruin the whole of the Southeast economically. And as we know, they are some of the best businessmen and women around the country and even around the world.
Well, now you can back down.
Well, the feelers we are getting seem to indicate that the man has had a change of mind. The weekly sit at home has not helped the people that he was fighting for, or been fighting for. Although the man in the bad boy in Finland is saying that those messages that are said to be coming from his principal are not. But I think he has his own agenda. But you know what comes to my mind? You know, I'm thinking about the struggle in Niger Delta in the days when you had MEND and you had the faceless Jomobomo, you know, being the spokesman for, you know, it was just a fictitious name. You know, the show of might didn't solve the problem in Niger Delta until an amnesty was extended to them, and you had a lot of militants that repented. You know that Sintedeke now, who is a repentant militant, and is doing a great, he has huge investment in agriculture in Nasarawa State. So I think that we can use other means. You know, I'm actually disposed to the idea of releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if it is confirmed that he's going to toe the path of peace and is going to be an arrowhead of, you know, maintaining peace and save of peace and all of that in his region. I also hope that his release would calm those who are giving excuse that because what they call Mochendo or is identity I mean, they think it's being persecuted by the authorities. I think it's possible that they'll have a change of mind, you know. And the bad boy in Finland, we have no excuse anymore. You know, you can't say Nnamdi Kanu is the reason he's doing the nonsense that is causing to happen in the Southeast.
So, Julie, ultimately moving forward, what do you advise this administration to do?
The situation has to be watched closely, and people will say, oh, there are more important things on Tinubu's plate at this time, but he should keep an eye on this development, and if there is an opportunity and a serious effort at dialoguing, then government should embrace it. There is no problem that is intractable. I believe that there have been other people across the world more difficult to manage than Nnamdi Kanu. That in the end, we sat together, government sat with them and opted for peace. I believe that is a possibility. We saw what happened in South Africa, where even the people killing one another, there was a sort of power sharing that ensured that they were made vice president and they stopped the black on black violence, very embarrassing black on black violence in South Africa at that time. The Buthelezis men slaughtering ANC men. It came to an end at some point through dialogue, not through the usual cutting of people's necks. It was dialogue that prevailed in the final analysis. So those who always ask me, why are you asking for Kanu's release? I'm asking for his release on conditions. If it will agree not to take up arms against Nigeria anymore, if he will renounce his Biafra agitation in favor of a united Nigeria, I will be ready to carry placard and work for his release without the court exhausting the process. This is what I've seen happen in other countries, and I believe that it can happen in my country, even under the current administration. But Kanu has to lead the way. Kanu's people have to be the ones demanding for it and promising that they will take certain steps that will ensure that government does not regret releasing him.
All right. We'll take this break.
So guys, what
when
do
we
you have
come
to say
back,
about this
we're back.
video? Put down your opinion on the comment section if you agree with them or if you disagree with them. Share this video around, and if you haven't followed my page, click the follow button. I have more updates to share with you. Thank you.
ebe ọma na-ege ntị ọ na-anụgo ka o si wee kwuru and na-anụgo ka o si wee gbata wee kwuru o kwuru ya dịka o si wee dị ọ taghị okwu alụ dịka ị nụrụ ife o kwuru nke dịka ibe ya bụ ka ife nwere ike ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife o kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ maka o kwuru ihe niile na ọfat o kwụsịghị ihe niile a sịkwa ka unu ka chetara unu ka unu tinye contribution unu n'ife nwanne anyị nwoke a kwuru na international media gbanụ bụ ka unu tinye your own option gbasịta maka ife o kwuru. Okay, thank you so much, and also ka chetakwara unu na ife a bụ Eastern News ka si na-wetara nnukwu ozi a dị oke mkpa nwa ndị be anyị daalụ niile nke emesịa.